friends, Kenneth here, and welcome to I AM Marketable. This is the best place online to get real marketing knowledge. This is what people are spending $10,000, $15,000 in terms of courses to get this information. I'm going to give it to you for free. There's no catches, there's nothing. For absolute free for you, the business owner, to master your marketing. So let me talk about this today. How do you make more money in your business? How do you make more money through your marketing? Now, you might be thinking, damn, I need to go get more clients. I need to get more sales. That's one of the ways, of course. But I'm going to challenge this thinking, and I'm going to simplify it down to only 3 core elements for your marketing for you to make more money. So here's a little test for you, right? By the way, if you haven't, I'd love you to subscribe to this channel so you can keep getting these content for free. Here's a little challenge for you. I want you to think quickly. What do you think the 3 ways are for you to increase your revenue this month, the next 6 months, this year? What are the ways that you can do it, right? Think quickly because I'm going to start here. So income. Income is determined by only 3 elements. I'm going to put a little visual on the screen for you here. Revenue or income is equal to C times M times F. Okay, so let's look at those in detail. What does the C stand for? Clients, of course. The most obvious. I get more clients. We all want more clients. But I'm going to share with you a story at the end of this video on why getting more clients is not always the answer. And there's going to be a separate video that I'm going to create. I've just got an idea for that next video. Getting more clients and just relying on acquisition. In fact, I won't let you wait. I'll tell you right now. It becomes tiring. It becomes overwhelming. It becomes stressful, right? If you're in this constant acquisition mode, that the only way that you can make money is by getting new clients, you're going to lose out in the long run. This is the biggest mistake that business owners make. I've made the same mistake, hands up, and it put me into a nasty, nasty situation where we're making over $1.2 million, but we were still struggling with our cash flow. Why? Because we were stuck in this endless cycle. I need more clients. The sales team end up hating it. They can't stand it. There's nothing wrong with getting new clients. You want to be constantly acquiring clients, but you've got to have, that's what we call the front end. That's what we call the acquisition. But the real wealth is built in the back end. Okay? So we'll talk about that, which is the next 2 elements. Well, relates to those next 2 elements. So I've given you what the C stands for. The next pillar or element of increasing your revenue is M, which stands for margin. You can increase your revenue right now by increasing your margin. Most people are too scared, right? Too scared to raise their prices because they will lose out. So here's the thing for you. All right, of course, you can increase your net revenue, your net income by decreasing expenses, right? But what happens if you increase your margin, right? Which is the difference between revenue and expenses. So instead of just being so hyper-focused on expenses, where you're saying, oh, I've got to cut. Obviously, you don't want to get crazy with your expenses. Another thing that you should watch. But how do you increase that margin? So straight away, so say I'm charging $100 in terms of for my product, but the cost is $80. So I'm only really got a 20% margin. Well, if I can increase my margin, I'm going to increase my revenue. So I can do that, like I said, one of 2 ways. Expenses, but don't just get focused on expenses. Also think about how I can actually raise my prices to increase my margin. And so the question becomes is, when last did you actually increase the prices in your company? Right? Because we know last year, the year before, maybe inflation was between 8 and 10%. We certainly noticed it. I know the drinking water that I was getting used to cost me 99 cents. 90 cents. I just combined the word cents and gallon in one. I just made a new word, cents. Okay? So It cost me 99 cents for a gallon of water. It wasn't too long ago, it was $1.99. That's a double in price. In fact, it's come down to $1.78, and now I've actually found out I can buy a damn six-pack. Well, my wife found out, give credit to her, I can get a pack and it equates to $1.38, right? A place called Smart and Final. There's some marketing for Smart and Final. I don't shop there myself, but anyway. So now I've increased my margin. When last did you increase your prices? And I want to challenge you here a little bit. You might think, well, Kenneth, I can't do that because the landscape's too competitive. Well, would you consider the car industry competitive? Would you consider retail clothing a competitive industry? I'd probably say yes to both of those. Okay, well, how come Honda or Toyota or Kia or Hyundai can sell a car for, say, $30,000, but Mercedes or BMW or Porsche can sell a similar car in terms of engine size, car category or class, whatever you want to do it, SUV, crossover, sedan, whatever, but charge double that price, sometimes triple that price. Why? Because they've created more value. They have brand. How come you can go buy a handbag from Target for $30, but you can go buy a handbag from Louis Vuitton or Gucci for $3,000? Doesn't it do the same thing? Yeah, but Kenneth, that's Italian leather, handmade. Well, then what's the matter with you? What's the matter with you with increasing your prices and creating a superior quality product? Right? You'll see this. You go with home renovations. You'll go get a price. I remember we were living in Connecticut years ago, and we were going to put a deck outside the back of our home. And I can't remember the exact prices, but if I told you, I'd be lying. But it was something like this. The cheapest one was around 10 grand. I thought, damn, that's damn cheap. In fact, that sounds wrong. There's a middle one around like 16 or $15,000. And then we had one, which was actually the worst. Some guy, I'll never forget him. He came from Home Depot. He came and sat in our house. He bloody ate our cookies for like 2 hours. He sat there, but we had to work off these damn square blocks. I was thinking, this is so ugly. But he couldn't fit the design. He couldn't do the custom design. He said, no, it only has to fit because our blocks come in like this. I was thinking, what is this? Then at the end, so it was like $24,000. I was thinking, geez, Home Depot, $24,000. And he says, if you sign up right now, I'll give you $1,000 off. I was like, dude, why am I going to sign up right now? He says, well, it's going to go away if you try phone tomorrow, that $1,000. I'm like, that's definitely not the person I'm doing business with. Sayonara. So off you go. And I didn't end up going with either of them, right? Because I felt so uncomfortable with the one person who just increases their prices, but they weren't flexible, crappy product. But the person that I end up deciding to go with, although the funny thing is we actually ended up selling a house and not going, but I made this decision, I'm going to go with this, was my neighbor's friend, who came to me, and the first thing he said was, hey, I'm not cheap, okay? But I create do great renovations and high quality. So he looked at my kitchen. He said, you see the top there? And I thought we had a beautiful kitchen. The previous homeowner had built this beautiful kitchen. And he said, you see that little crack there? Well, you won't have any of those when we finish with the deck. Little attention to detail. I never noticed that little crack or that little line there. Holy damn. Every time now I walk in my kitchen, then I'm going to see that. Okay, so you can increase your margin by increasing the quality of your product, the service that you provide. So think about that. So that's something you can do straight away without taking on more customers. So, because you're thinking, okay, hey, we on average taking 10 new clients a month. Oh, now to make more money, we need to get this to 15. Come on, sales team, you got to work harder. After a while, that becomes overwhelming. That becomes so unmotivating and deflating for the sales team. Aggressive. You speak to most of the sales team, they want to make money, but they don't always want to be chasing. So now if I can say to you, hey, you can still just get the 10 clients. Or in fact, you only have to get 6 clients because your margins are much greater. Now you got the same revenue, but if you want to increase their revenue, just increase your margins. Same volume, same marketing budget, same everything. and you can significantly increase your income. You can take your margin from net 20% to net 30, net 40%. Now, then you take 5% off your expenses, all of a sudden your margins got even bigger, your revenue, net revenue has increased. The final element is F. F is frequency. Okay? So, what do I mean by frequency? I mean the number of times that they purchase. So say you're averaging 10 clients per month in your business. So over the course of a year, you got 120 clients. And then I ask you, how many times do they buy from you? And you say, Kenneth, one. Only sell one service. Sometimes I give them, there's this add-on thing, or so maybe 2 or 3 times. So let's just start for number one. Well, what happens if I can increase that frequency so they don't buy once from me, but they buy twice? Straight away, well, it depends on the price of that, but assume it's the same price, I can double my revenue. Or assume that it's a 25%. Well, I'm going to increase my revenue, my gross revenue by 25% now by just changing the frequency. So now I can either think of a new product line, a new offer, or I can change my existing one. Right? So we see a lot of this right now. We see a lot of these subscription models, which annoy me. Okay, they really do. Is like Adobe products. I used to buy Adobe. They used to do these updates. Great, download it or go download it online, or used to get the CDs or the DVD, whatever, however they came, CDs, I guess, right? And you'd get this, but you'd only have to buy this every 3 years or so, right? Sometimes 4 years. You could really push it 5 years, 6 years. Now to get this thing, you're on a bloody monthly subscription. It's the same damn product, but now I've got to pay $90 a month. Right? It's frustrating. So what am I doing there? What have they done? They're offering me the same thing, but hey, you can't buy it anymore in the kit. You're on a subscription model. What have they done? They've increased their margin, number one, and they've increased the frequency of purchase. Every 30 days, I am buying from them. So it doesn't always have to be a membership offer, but it can be something else. It can be a new product that gets you to purchase 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. You're also seeing some of the stuff on websites like Amazon where they say subscribe and save. So automatically send you this, and you can choose whether it's 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. What are they trying to do? They're trying to increase the frequency of purchase. So a great way to think about this is compliments. What are some of the things that you can compliment? So here's a great example of a compliment. You buy a razor. What do you need? The complement is blades. Okay, you buy a car. What is a complement to a car? Tires. What is a complement to a car? Gasoline. Okay, so these are some of the things that you can think about. I buy a phone. What do I need for my phone? I need a cover. Okay, these are all complements. So what sort of complements can you provide? Not alternatives, but complements that work well with your product. And I'll give you a final example here. You can do this over time, or you can do it all at once. So let's take an example here. Me and you, we drive up to McDonald's. I haven't eaten McDonald's. I don't eat junk food, but I haven't eaten at McDonald's. Don't let me lie to you here. 15 years, 20 years, perhaps. Okay? A long time. But assuming that we do. Now, nothing against McDonald's. Phenomenal what they've built. But I still love that movie, The Founder. If you haven't seen it, go take a peek at that. They want to increase their income. Me and you come driving up there in our little VW Beetle. We've just had a great surf and we're hungry. And we go to the drive-in here. And I'm writing my little notes down here while I'm looking. If you're thinking, why the heck is this guy keep looking down? But we're coming up to the drive-in. We do our order. We're hungry. But what do we want? We just want a burger. But damn, I get to that window. They're going to do all of this for me. They're going to do the C, they're going to do the M, they're going to do the frequency for me. All in one. Right? And I'll show you how it can be compressed. It can be done over time, but it can also be done as a what we call a cross sell. There's ways to do this through cross sells and upsells. So cross sell would be something that complements you. Hey, you bought the phone, get the cover for $50. And now Apple, for example, have pulled a sneaky. Oh, you're not getting the socket anymore. You want that socket? It's $20. Okay, damn. You want a screen protector? Damn, that's another 15 or $30, whatever. This one's got a lifetime guarantee. Okay, these are examples of cross sells. An upsell would be, hey, you've bought this product, now get the next product, the bigger priced product. It's an upsell. I'll show you how that works now. We drive up to McDonald's. Hey, could I have a cheeseburger? The person says, well, don't you want to, would you like to change that to a meal? I say, what do you mean a meal? He says, well, you can have, for an extra couple of bits of cash, you can have a drink and you can have a side of fries. So what are they doing here? Okay, this is what we call a cross sell. It's a complement. The fries complement the burger. And damn, I'm going to be thirsty after eating this. So I'm going to need what? I'm going to need to quench my thirst. I'm going to need a drink. Okay, so all of a sudden they've taken me, and let's just use round numbers here. So say the burger was going to be $5. They can now throw in the fries. They can increase my order from $5 to say $8 by saying, we're going to give you a drink and we're going to give you some fries. But if you bought all of those individually, it would be $10. It's actually cheaper to just throw this in as a meal, right? So I'm going to incentivize you here to take me up on my cross sell. But what they've actually done here is they've actually done a couple of things. They've increased your frequency of purchase in a way right there, right? So they've taken their little order from $5 to $8. But the thing what they're really doing too is they're also increasing their margin. And they're increasing their margin by selling you a soda fountain drink. And so they're paying the syrup between a small, a medium, or a large is minuscule. There's a lot of margin there. Whereas a burger, there's not as much margin, right? There's the bun, there's the meat, there's the cheese, the whatever the sauces. The margins are going to be tight there as opposed to potato fries or syrup-based and water, sparkling water for your drink. There's a lot of margin in there. So straight away, they're going to increase their revenue from $5 to $8 from that one sale, but they're actually going to maximize their revenue. But they're going to do one thing else. They're going to try upsell me. They're going to say, do you want to supersize this? Right? So do you want to take it to a bigger level? Same thing as if I go to a hotel. Hey, you've got this room. How would you like a suite? I can give you this discount. You go rent a car. Hey, we can upgrade you for this price. It's only going to cost you, $20 a day. And this is a convertible. You're going to be on holiday in Southern California. Surely you don't want that little, compact sedan. Why not have this luxury convertible? It's only an extra $25 a day. It's going to cost you an extra $75 for the next 3 days. Whatever. I'm in a good mood. Throw it on, right? This is what they're doing, is that they're able to increase their margin by upselling, cross-selling, etc. So don't always think about, I have to create a new product and do this, etc., etc. But also, so McDonald's don't want you to just become that one-off. They want you to keep coming back. And so what are some of the ways that you can do that? So some of the ways that you can do that is saying, hey, for every 5 things that you buy here, you're going to get 1 free. So it creates it incentivizes you for loyalty, customer loyalty, etc. The other thing that I know from the restaurant industry, a friend of mine and a client, he ran a very high-end Italian restaurant when I lived in Connecticut years ago. And so he used to go to the market in Brooklyn and buy the highest end steaks, the highest end seafood. And he said, Kenneth, there's no margin for me. By the time I'm going, he used to wake up 2 a.m. in the morning, go down to this market, I think it was in the Bronx or Brooklyn or something. So the fish were all fresh, being brought in, get the best cut meats, etc. It's like, there's no margin in this. This is killing me. I wake up early. I go down there, it's costing me X. I'm selling this filet mignon for $45 or $50. There's hardly any margin. He says, where my margin is, okay, an Italian restaurant, so he sold fancy dishes. He said, if I just sell plain pasta or pizza, there's a lot of margin. He says, I make my margin in my desserts and my alcohol. That's where his margin is. So that's where they were pushing the whole time. Have a coffee, have a dessert, right? Have this bottle of wine. So that bottle of wine you're paying $300 for, right? You can get it in the store for 140, 150, $120. It's double, massive margin in there. Okay? Give them a good experience, get them to come back again. So think about this, and this is what we can speak about too in a separate video, all about ascension, which is client ascension. How do I ascend them? When they finish this product, they go to the next product. Okay, so that is it for this video. There's 3 ways for you to increase your revenue. So I want you to start thinking and think outside of the box, not just from what's happening in your industry, but go look in other industries. That's why I brought up examples like restaurants, like McDonald's, like Apple, like car dealerships. They do the same thing, like hotels. You'll start seeing these patterns everywhere. Okay, I gave you an example of Amazon, Gillette, whatever. They do the same things. Right, so start thinking how other industries do things well that you can perhaps bring into your industry. I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Cheers. Hey, by the way, if you haven't, love you to subscribe. Thanks so much. Cheers.